Hey, you all. Carpetbagger here, coming to you live from my hometown of Valparaiso, Indiana, parked over here on Lincoln Way, part of the Lincoln Highway that travels from Times Square in New York City all the way to San Francisco, stopping at a lot of teeny tiny towns such as Valparaiso along the way. I'm parked here in front of the town courthouse, in front of the town's nativity scene. See the Valparaiso, Indiana baby Jesus right there in front of the courthouse. Now normally I like to, the holidays, I like to take a little walk down here on Main Street. I like to reminisce a little bit about growing up, being home, family, friends, that sort of thing. But I'm staying in the car tonight because it is very cold out there. But sitting here, it reminds me of the Midwest, the cold air outside, the warm car heater on the inside, and I hear that train off in the distance, the train I used to be able to hear from my bedroom window when I was a child. And of course, come back here for holidays, 4th of July, Thanksgiving, Christmas generally, and just on a whirlwind trip. Went down to Florida 2 weeks, rode down there on a train, and much like the train that I hear echoing in the background right now. And after a whirlwind trip, I don't look very good. I need to shave. I need to cut my hair. I cut my own hair. I keep the clippers in the back of the car so I can break them out in a hotel room and cut my hair. But it's good. It's good to be home for the holidays, for Thanksgiving. This is a difficult Thanksgiving for me and my family. As great as it is to be home and amongst loved ones, it's a difficult one. We lost my stepfather a few months back. Since his funeral, this is one of the first times we had kind of a family gathering since then. I'm wearing his shirt tonight. This is one of my shirts. I sell him Spreadshirt, and he had a whole bunch of them. So I like to wear one of these. Helps me remember him and keep him in my thoughts and in my heart. It's Thanksgiving. And I, growing up, Christmas was so big for me. I didn't even really like Halloween all that much when I was a kid. Christmas was the big one. That's the one I looked forward to. Thanksgiving always seemed like a bump in the road. And today it even seems more and more like a bump in the road. With as much as we love Halloween, and then as much as we're ready to turn around and celebrate Christmas, Thanksgiving doesn't get the attention. I remember, as a kid, it was a big deal. You learn about the Pilgrims and the Indians and that story, which may be a little bit apocryphal, but there was a Thanksgiving season, and that's kind of something lost to time at this point. As I said, growing up, it was a time. I grew up with divorced parents. It was a time I visited my dad. Always excited to visit my dad. Always excited to see that side of the family. My dad's a chef. He'd make us a good Thanksgiving dinner. He's an accountant now, but he was a chef then. And I enjoyed the dinner. I enjoyed seeing family, but didn't get too much bogged down in the spirit of Thanksgiving and these modern times in this part of this phase of my life, this phase where I'm divorced, I'm in the process of remarrying. My children are adults. So different time in my life, and kind of had the tradition. I was married for 20 years. Had the tradition. My ex-wife would always make dinner at home. We usually didn't travel. We visited family on Christmas. Didn't travel for Thanksgiving. But of course, those traditions end when the marriage ends, and so kind of in the past years since I got divorced, I've kind of made it a more of a tradition to come here to Valparaiso, not only just for Thanksgiving, but more often. Around the time, when before my, around the time that my divorce, the whole process of the divorce is happening, is when my stepdad got sick. So it was important to me. He suffered with cancer, and it was important to me. I knew deep down inside that his time on earth could very well be limited, and I wanted to spend that time with him, with my mom. I don't think I was always the best son. I was off raising my own kids, involved in my own life, involved in my own career, and the last years have kind of given me some time to focus back a little more on, my family of origin, and so I'm kind of making a point to come up here. It's important, reconnecting with my roots, and Thanksgiving. Like, what does it mean? What does it mean? Is it a speed bump? Is it an appetizer for Christmas? They talk about, a time to be thankful. Maybe once upon a time I didn't really get that. I think as I've grown older in my life, the idea of gratitude has become much more important to me, and important to who I am, to who I want to be. So when I think about gratitude, when I think about Thanksgiving, when I think about thankfulness, I mean, it's obvious. I think it's obvious. I'm thankful that I've been given a chance to live the life that I lead. I don't want you guys, I'm in theme parks, I'm in attractions, I'm traveling across the country, I'm seeing all this wonderful stuff. I don't want you guys to think for 1 second that I take that for granted. I mean, maybe I joke, and maybe I even complain a little bit occasionally, but I don't for 1 second take that for granted, because whatever it is that got me here, luck, hard work, opportunity, a little bit of everything mixed together, I've been allowed to live a life that is rewarding beyond my dreams, beyond any goals I ever had for myself. I am able to live this life, and I don't take that for granted. I thank you guys for watching these videos. I thank all the people that supported me along the way. A big early supporter of the channel was my stepfather, Keith. He was always a champion for my channel and for what I was doing, and always interested. Of course, my mother and father as well were always encouraging. Even though I think sometimes they didn't understand what I was doing, they were greatly, they were always very, very supportive, and they've been very very supportive of the success that I've been fortunate enough to have in this life. So thank you out there for watching these videos, because if no one was watching these videos, there wouldn't be any videos, because it's eyeballs that keep me alive, like some sort of ghoulish creature that lives only on attention. as funny as that sounds, I think that's some truth in creating content, that your life force is attention. Your life force is people caring about you. And I don't know what I ever did to deserve to be cared about. Visiting the theme parks, every day I run into people who stop me and say, hey, I watch your videos. Like, hey, your videos mean something to my life, and it touches me so much. I don't, I never know what to say. I'm the kind of person that doesn't really know how to handle praise. I always get uncomfortable. When people are like, oh, you're great, you're awesome, I love your videos. I appreciate it, but sometimes it's just hard. What do I say to that? Other than thank you, that's what I say. I say thank you, and I mean it 100%, because I can look someone in the eye that I've affected in a positive way, in a world that sometimes even I struggle to see an overabundance of positivity in the world. As much as I love this world, this country, what I see, sometimes I see a lot of troubling things, and I know I'm not the only one, and I know I'm not the only one that gets scared and worried sometimes. If I can help distract people from that, or just focus on something a little more positive, a little more, just a little bit, something that's not gonna stress you out. If I can help people focus on something like that, then I'm so happy. I'm so happy that I have a chance to make people smile. I guess that's what it's about here, is making people smile, and I do my best. I can't believe it. If you guys could go back in time and see me as a little kid, see me as an awkward teenager, I was the last person. I don't really keep in touch with very many people I went to school with, but I bet if you could find them, their mind would be blown of that I'm out here in public, filming in public, talking to myself in public. Down that way, just on the other side of the block, you can see the corner right there. Just down there, there's a pet store. No, there's not. There was a pet store. It's now a shoe store, but it used to be a pet store. And I would go to the pet store every day after school. I just loved animals. I just loved looking at animals. I loved taking home animals. My mom put strict restrictions on what kind of animals I was allowed to have. So for a period of my life, I had aquarium fish. I had mice, and I remember I'd go to the pet store every day after school just to look, just to see what new fish they had, just to be there. I loved being there. It was my happy place. I mean, they were probably sick of seeing me, but I occasionally I did buy something. But I was such a nervous kid. I was so nervous. I'd get nervous, walk by the desk. I was afraid someone would look at me or talk to me, so I scurried, avoided eye contact with the people that worked there. And I remember I had to buy something. If I had to buy something, I had an absolute panic attack. I was so scared to talk to an adult when I was a kid that I remember if I needed to buy something, I'd get it and I'd hold it and I'd walk around the store with it. And I think, should I buy this? Should I go up and talk to the person, or should I just go put it back? Because I just don't want to talk to the person because I'm so nervous. I'm so shy. And that went on for a long time. That didn't stop right there. I was afraid to order pizza on the phone because I didn't want to talk to someone. I didn't want to talk to anyone. I wanted to be completely isolated except for the people that I cared about. And I could just imagine, the people at school. There was very little people at school. I hated school. I hated going to school. And somehow, the shy kid that couldn't even talk to someone at the counter at the pet store because they were too shy. Someone that just wanted to be left alone, wanted to hide in their basement because the world was so scary. Somehow I'm out here in a crowd of people in a busy theme park, talking to myself, talking into the camera, talking to you guys, and and somehow doing that is it gives me a living. It gives me it makes enough money where that can be my job, and I never dreamed that for myself. I never thought that's what I could do. The thought never even crossed my mind. I had no idea. When I graduated high school, it was the scariest time of my life because I didn't have one idea of what to do. So I am thankful that somehow this life found me. Sometimes it feels more like it found me than I found it. And I am grateful for that. Of course, at this point in my life, I am grateful that I have two amazing children that have both made me so proud in becoming adults and becoming their own people. They've both taken their own unique path, but both of them have taken their own path. They didn't ask permission. They didn't try to be anyone else. They both were themselves. And I think when I look at my children, that's something that I couldn't ask for more. I'm so proud of them. I'm so proud of what they've become and what they always were. Good people who are completely in touch with what they want to be and who they want to be and the lives they want to live. They're living their best lives, and I think that's amazing. I'm so proud of them. My son's doing well. He's still married. I showed his wedding years and years ago on this channel. His wife and him are happy. He's doing, he went to school, he's doing what he wanted to do. And I couldn't be more proud of him. Anna is going to be done with college, believe it or not, done with college next spring. She's going to be graduating, and she's going to be a teacher. And I couldn't be more proud. I am grateful for Jen. Jen, not with me right now, but she's actually at my mom's house. She is here with me celebrating Thanksgiving. We just actually filmed a video for her channel, if you want to go check that out. Jenny Penny, she's worked so hard. She's fought so hard. She's fought these health problems that were put upon her. She is a champion at fighting and getting up and still seeing every good day as an opportunity, and every day that she feels well. And sometimes the days that she feels well vastly outnumber the days that she feels bad. But every day that she feels well, she treats as a gift. And that's inspiring to me. And she is someone who is always there for me when I need it. She is there at the house, making sure that all our affairs are in order, making sure that running the Etsy shop, running the Patreon postcards, just keeping everything in order in a way that my scrambled brain could never ever manage. And my only wish, my only thing that I hope, we're talking about gratefulness, gratitude, but all I want from Jen is to be able to spend more time with her. And when she is feeling well, I hope that there comes a day where she's feeling well enough to travel with me more and experience more of the world with me. But having her, being able to spend maybe a weekend with her a month, that she feels good, or catching her on a good day and getting to do something with her, I mean, it's worth it. It's worth the wait. You can't pick and choose what days you're going to feel healthy. But the days that she feels healthy is, she treats like a gift, and they're a gift to me as well. Yeah. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, it's been a challenging Thanksgiving. This is the first Thanksgiving without my stepfather Keith. Last year I filmed Thanksgiving at my mom's house, and it was a really fun video, but I just wanted this year to be for the family. It's just a hard year. It wasn't a year that I wanted to film. Like I said, it was great seeing my mom, but obviously someone who just lost their partner a few months ago. My mom is an amazing woman, an amazingly strong woman, one of the strongest women that I've ever known. And she's been amazing at in her strength and how she fought with my stepdad during his long battle with cancer. And now she's figuring it out, what her future looks like, and what she does from here. So it can't be easy. Feeding 20-something family members while going through this, but she did, and I love her so much. Once upon a time, I have a lot of siblings, and I have siblings on my dad's side, siblings on my mom's side, but once upon a time, in a little house just down that way, the end of keep going down Lincoln Way and make a turn on Garfield, and there's a little house where me and my mom lived together, and single mom. My parents got divorced, and it started out just me and her, and then it grew from there, and along the way, my brother and sister came along, Keith came along, and Keith was an absolute positive influence on my life and really everyone else's lives. I've heard before the expression that you don't truly die until everyone that remembers you is gone. And he made such an impression, not only with us, with our family, but with the community. He was a doctor. He touched people's hearts. His work that he did will be carried on by other people that were inspired by him. And he, it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart that we lost him, that I lost him. But, I'm a better off person for having him in my life and having had his influence in my life. So yeah, it's hard in the holidays, when someone that you care about is suddenly not there. You show up at the house, and his things are there, and it's just so strange to not have him there to, my stepfather, he never slept. He was always awake at night doing something. He was the kind of person that just had to, in addition to being a doctor, he loved creating, he loved photography, he loved making inventions, just working on things. He had been going through his stuff, been finding out little photoshops that he made. He loved playing around on photoshops. He loved taking photos of people. He would hoard things just because he liked making inventions, and had big ideas and projects going through stuff. There was like 7 movie projectors that no one has any idea what the end goal was there. If he was gonna put on his own light show or something for us, because that's just the kind of person he was. We even recovered a laptop. My sister recovered a laptop that where my stepdad had actually recorded his own rap song, his own parody rap song. He was just he was full of life. He was full of life. So sad for someone like that to be taken so young. Someone who loves life and savors every moment of life, and that like I said, he didn't sleep. He didn't sleep because he loved life so much that he wanted to stay up and enjoy every last minute of it. Like I said, going through his stuff. I've not been directly involved in that, but my sister, my mom, have been involved in going through his stuff, and it's really interesting because he would just write things down, like little pieces of paper, little junk pieces of paper. He'd write things down that were important to him or meant something to him, and he sometimes would just write something inspiring. I think he wrote on a piece of paper just something simple like what was it? He wrote that true giving is not expecting anything in return. Just little simple things that kind of showed his life. They found some of his early medical books where he had underlined certain things, and the things that he underlined were really focused on the human side of being a doctor, about compassion, about dignity, about treating people well. And you can see him as a medical student underlining those things and becoming like you could see the blueprint of him becoming the person that he became. And I don't normally do stuff like this, but I wanted to read a poem. So like I said, he would write little things on pieces of paper, pieces of, like a medical pad or a Post-it note, just little things. And they found, my mom found that he'd written down the name of a poem and the artist, the poet, I guess. He simply wrote down the words Desiderata and Max Ehrmann, and obviously we looked up the poem, and it just kind of lays out his philosophy for life. So I'm just gonna read it here. It says, "Go placidly amid the noise and haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence. As far as possible, without surrender, be on good terms with all persons. Speak your truth quietly and clearly, and listen to others, even the dull and the ignorant. They too have their story. Avoid loud and aggressive persons. They are vexations to the spirit. If you compare yourself with others, you may become vain and bitter, for always there will be greater and lesser persons than yourself. Enjoy your achievements as well as your plans. Keep interested in your own career, however humble. It is a real possession in the changing fortunes of time. Exercise caution in your business affairs, for the world is full of trickery. But let this not blind you to what virtue there is. Many persons strive for high ideals, and everywhere life is full of heroism. Be yourself. Especially, do not feign affection. Neither be cynical about love, for in the face of all aridity and disenchantment, it is perennial as the grass. Take kindly to the counsel of the years, graceful surrendering, the things of youth. Nurture strength of spirit to shield you in sudden misfortune. But do not distress yourself with dark imaginings. Many fears are born of fatigue and loneliness. Beyond a wholesome discipline, be gentle with yourself. You are a child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here. Whether or not it is clear to you, no doubt the universe is unfolding as it should. Therefore, be at peace with God, whatever you conceive him to be, and whatever your labors and aspirations in the noisy confusion of life, keep peace with your soul. With all its sham, drudgery, and broken dreams, it is still a beautiful world. Be cheerful. Strive to be happy. And these are words that spoke of Keith's view on life, the way that he took in life. And I find a lot of inspiration in these words myself, and how I want the person I want to be and how I want to live my life. And even though Keith passed away, he's still inspiring me. So thank you guys for listening. You just wanted to come out here and talk with you. Sometimes I just want to talk, and that's, I guess, what was on my mind this evening. So thank you for listening. And again, thank you for letting me make these videos. We're gonna be going on an adventure here in a few days, so stay tuned for that. I'm really excited about a short but exciting adventure that we have planned, and big plans coming up in the next month. Huge plans for next year. I'll stick with this as long as the train stays on the track, as long as the boat stays on the water, and as long as the dirigible stays in the air. Until next time, my friends, this one's in the bag.